Namaste friends, welcome to YogaCandi. My name is Candice and welcome back to your 14-day yoga flexibility challenge. Today is day 11 and we're going to be focusing on glute stretches. So all you're going to need is a couple of yoga blocks or something to improvise, perhaps a couple of books stacked up with something wrapped around it to hold them together. So we're going to head straight into it. Come onto hands and knees. In our tabletop, hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. We're going to do some cat-cows just to warm up the spine. And don't forget, there's always our 10-minute sun salutation video, which you're welcome to do before you begin the class. So we're going to inhale, drop the belly, look up. Exhale, arch the spine, push the shoulder blades apart, drop the head. Inhale, drop the belly, look up. Exhale, arch. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, arch. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, arch. Take one more. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, arch. Now walk your hands a little further forward. We're coming into our downward facing dog, sending the hips up to the sky, tailbone pointing towards the sky, and don't worry if those heels are not touching the ground. Suck in your lower belly, allow the neck to hang heavy, look between the legs, and let's walk our dog. Push your shoulder blades apart. And just keep walking your dog just for a moment. Keep your inhales nice, long and deep. And then become still. You can always close your eyes. We're just going to take a couple of deep breaths here in our down dog. Now inhale the right leg up into the sky, only as high as you can reach it. And exhale, bringing that knee to your right elbow. Now very slowly place that right foot down on the ground on the opposite side of the right hand. So you've got quite a wide stance with this leg. Just do a little bounce. You can always come onto your fingertips and just bounce the hips up and down. If you're already feeling a bit of a stretch in your glute here, you can always stay in this position. You don't have to come all the way down, but we're going to very slowly take the left knee down to the ground. You can always stay up on your palms, and if this is not accessible, you can grab your prop and just come up onto your prop. Otherwise, just keep breathing here for a moment, allowing the hips to open up for you. Allow them to sink down towards the ground, giving into gravity. Now just straighten that front leg, sending the hips back, and then bend it once again. Take a couple of those. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. From here, keep your left hand planted on the ground, and we're going to gently allow this right foot to fall over onto the knife edge of the foot. Take your right hand and place it onto the knee very gently, so you're not putting too much pressure. Start to look back behind you towards the left toes or just to the back of the room, sinking deeper into the hips. Pushing that knee slightly away from the body. And release. Hand back to the ground, plant the heel back down onto the ground. Now we're going to go a step further. This is lizard pose. For those of you that are happy where you are, stay where you are. But if not, maybe you can bring your elbows down to your props. You can always put your props on the inside of that leg. Come down to the elbows, getting a little deeper. Play around with how deep you can go. Perhaps you can take your props a little lower. You're keeping that knee nice and lifted at this point. Just getting a little deeper into this glute. If you want to go a little lower, then just go as low as you can. Wherever you are, wherever you find that really deep stretch, then we're just going to take 3 deep breaths together. On your next inhale, make your way back up. Tuck the toes of the back foot, plant your hands onto the ground, and we're going to step back into our downward facing dog. Give your dog a little walk. And you'll probably notice a difference between the 2 hips after that pose. You'll probably find your right hip is already feeling a little looser. Become still in your down dog. Take a couple of deep breaths. Now inhale the left leg up into the sky. Exhale it towards the left elbow. Now very slowly place that foot on the opposite side of the left palm. And we're going to stay up on the palms at the moment, or you can always come up onto your props if this isn't accessible. Let's bounce those hips once again. And then very, very slowly lower that back knee down to the ground. You can always stay up on your palms or come up onto a prop, maybe even resting slightly on the front knee. Just breathe here for a moment, allowing the body to give into gravity, getting a bit deeper. You may find one side is a bit tougher than the other. For me, this is actually my much tighter side. Now exhale, straighten the front leg. Inhale, bend. Take a couple more. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale into a bend. From here, keep your right hand placed. Allow that left leg to fall over onto the knife edge of the foot. Come up off of the left palm and take it towards that knee. Now you can look behind you, or you can just look at the knee. Make sure you're being really mindful. If there's anything painful, just ease out of it. Allow that knee to fall open, keeping the foot engaged just to keep the knee safe. Now, slowly draw that knee back up to the center, placing the foot back down on the ground. Now let's play around with the different variations. So you're welcome to come down onto your elbows on the highest point of your prop and just stay here, or you can stay up on the fingertips, whatever feels better. See how low you can go. Don't worry if one side is a bit tighter than the other. Perhaps one side needs to be a little more elevated than the other. But whenever you find that sweet spot and you feel a really good stretch, that's where we're going to stay and take 3 deep breaths. Now inhale yourself back up. Tuck the toes of the back knee. Lift up off of the knee. And we're going to step back into our downward facing dog, or just take your time getting there. Give your dog another little walk. Perhaps the legs are feeling a little bit more like each other now. From your down dog, look forward, and we're going to bring our shin of our right leg down to the ground. Now we're going to walk our fingertips forward and bring the knee of the left leg to meet the right. From here, you can always use your props to elevate your hips. Elevate them as high as you need to, and you can sit back onto your props, allowing your knees to be forward. So I'm going to face you so that you can see what my legs look like. You've got your feet open. This is going to be coming into cow face pose. So feel free to keep your legs as elevated as you like. And you can always just stay here. Or perhaps you have the flexibility to sit between those legs and to sit here. If neither of those are accessible, I'll show you another variation. You can always extend this left leg out in front of you and take the right leg over the left leg and just be here, holding the right leg, pulling it towards the body. Maybe you need to bring your hands behind you just to be able to sit up tall. And then everybody, whichever position you're in, you're going to take a twist. So we're going to take our left hand to the outside of the right knee, and we're going to twist and look behind us towards the right side. So take the variation that works for you and take the same twist. I'm going to come down into the cow face legs, or Gomukhasana, that's the other name for the pose. And we're going to take our twist. Left hand to the right knee and look behind you towards the right side of the room. Close your eyes and let's take 3 deep breaths together in this pose. Now come back to the center. I'm just going to turn around, stay where you are. And from our pose, whichever pose you're in, we're going to make our way into a plank. So lean forward if you're in full Gomukhasana, extend through one leg and then extend through the other. From our plank, we're going to exhale all the way down to the belly. Inhaling for a baby cobra or a full cobra. And then send it up and back into our downward facing dog. Just meet me there in your own time. Give your dog a little walk, and we're going to do the same on the other side. So look forward, and this time bring the left leg down first. Now take the variation of your choice. If you're taking the easiest variation, just make your way into that pose. And then we're going to walk our hands forward and bring our right knee to meet the left knee. Sit down onto your prop if you need it. If you can sit between the legs. Make sure there's no pain. If there is, you've gone too far and you just need to take a different variation of the pose. If you're taking the easiest variation, then this right leg will be extended, the left leg on top. And just hold that left knee towards the body. If you can always take a twist. So any of these variations. So no matter what variation you've chosen, see if you can do your twist. We're going to inhale the right arm up into the air, take it to the opposite side of this left knee, and twist the spine from the lumbar spine, looking behind you to the left side of the room. Take 3 deep breaths here. Inhale back to center. Roll forward. If you're in the easiest variation, just make your way into plank any way you can. And take a nice strong plank, lifting up through the shoulder blades. You can always drop the knees and take a nice easy plank. We're going to exhale down to the belly. Inhale for a baby cobra or a full cobra. Exhale all the way back towards your heels. Open your legs as wide as your mat. Extend the arms out long in front of you for a wide-legged child's pose, and we're going to bring our forehead down to the ground. If your bum is quite elevated in your child's pose and yours looks a little bit more like this, that's absolutely fine. You can always place something underneath your bum, between your legs and your bum. Let's take some lovely deep breaths here in our wide-legged child's pose. You're more than welcome to stay in your child's pose as long as you like. And don't forget, at the end of the video, you can choose a shavasana or a nice meditation to end your practice. That's it for today. I hope you've enjoyed this practice. Let me know in the comments how you got on. And don't forget to share with your loved ones. Until tomorrow, Namaste, everybody.